Welcome to Golden Wealth Channel, the place where self-made billionaires come to get secret keys for wealth creation and personal advancement. Every Monday as you begin your week, we give you wisdom codes that enables you to begin your week with the end in mind. Today we are looking at 10 habits that can keep you poor forever. Hello wealth creators, can you believe we have began a new week already? We hope you have been following your dreams and putting in the work. Our goal with our Monday videos is to always motivate you and give you insightful secret codes which you can leverage to your own advantage if you choose to. If you are new here, welcome. Be sure to subscribe for weekly videos. With that being said, here are 10 habits that can keep you poor forever. 10 signs that shows you will be poor forever. A good mindset plays an important role in gaining riches. If you have the wrong mindset, you may engage in actions that keep you broke. Having a low salary or being deeply in debt has its disadvantages. On the other hand, certain habits can either lead to riches or keep you broke. These are the things you do that can make you poor forever. 1. You don't keep track of your budget or don't have one. If you don't have a budget, how will you know how much money you make, spend, and save? Without a budget, achieving your financial goals is extremely difficult. A budget is all about figuring out how much money you make in order to create spending goals and possibly save money. Simply being aware of how much you spend can assist you in spending less as you become more conscious. You must also maintain track of your budget and make changes as needed. Creating a budget is the first step toward financial literacy if you didn't grow up in a household where good financial habits were established. 2. You have no idea how much money you're wasting. Do you have a habit of spending too much money on restaurants but not enough on groceries? This horrible habit that will bankrupt you frequently goes hand in hand with a lack of financial planning. You may not be able to change how much money you make in the near future, but you can change how much money you spend. Dining out, entertainment, and other non-essential expenses are examples of spending that are more wants than needs. It's a lot easier to spend more when you don't know how much you've already spent. If you know where you spend too much money, you can also be hyper-focused on those areas when making purchases. 3. You're squandering money on items you don't need. Have you ever bought something and never put it to use? Why the hell did I buy that? We've all wondered after making purchases. Despite the fact that they may appear to be modest at the time, many purchases can be quite costly in the long run. It was only $10 for that magazine, which you ended up storing in your bookshelf. 4. You cling to possessions that give you a fictitious sense of wealth. Have you ever visited a house that was overflowing with belongings? Or perhaps you're the one who has a lot of stuff. When people acquire a lot of things and keep them in their homes, it gives them the impression that they are wealthy. We have 2 cars, a tool-filled garage, a boat, skis and snowboards, bicycles, and decorations strewn over the place. It's possible that this will continue indefinitely. And, if you do this, you might feel richer than you actually are. You have the delusion that because you've bought everything, I'm in good financial shape. If you're broke, one of your bad habits is buying things. 5. Buying in bulk or on the cheap rather than quality. Have you ever purchased something just to have it break and force you to replace it? This is something we've done before. Rather than spending more for anything, we opt for the less expensive option. However, it eventually breaks, necessitating the purchase of a new one. Sunglasses are a good example. You purchase a low-cost pair and drop them, promptly breaking them. It's time to go out and get another pair of cheap shoes. What if you only got one great pair and it lasts longer than all of your cheap ones? On the long run, you'll probably be better off investing in high-quality things, including food. You're also more inclined to look after more valuable objects. You're also more likely to take better care of more precious items. What difference does it make if your $20 bracelets are lost? But what about the gorgeous $100 pair of sandals? If you buy cheap, you may end yourself spending more money in the long run. Quantity is the same way. Why spend the same money on 5 good t-shirts when we can buy 20 for the same money? However, you'll probably only wear 5 shirts, and those 5 shirts may last longer than the 20. 6. You don't have any long-term objectives, or your objectives are ambiguous. This is most likely more prevalent among younger individuals, but it happened to us as well. Either you don't have any goals at all, or your goals are imprecise in nature. If you don't have any financial ambitions, you're more likely to be careless with your money. You have no motive to spend less or save more if you don't have any ambitions. What about goals that aren't specific? One day, you'd like to retire. That's great. What steps do you need to do in order to retire? You'd like to get rid of your debt. That's great. What steps do you need to take to get out of debt? Hopes and dreams aren't objectives. It all boils down to doing some research and setting clear objectives. If you don't have any goals or have vague goals, you're more likely to spend your money on items that aren't beneficial in the long run. When you have specific, targeted goals, it's a lot easier to tell yourself, I'm not going to buy that because I need to put this money towards my debt. Specific goals give you a reason to consider how you spend your money. Check out our guide on financial goal setting. 7. You're not going to make any more investments. Do you have any money in a low-interest savings account? If so, what's the reasoning behind it? If you don't need the money right away, you should put it into assets that will provide you a better return. Banks strive to keep your deposits, cash, for as little money as possible. It is the means by which they are able to earn money. As a result, avoid keeping your money in cash or a savings account. Put your surplus cash to good use. It's one of the few techniques to increase your net worth. Investing entails a degree of risk. However, without investing your money, you are unlikely to reach your financial objectives. You haven't paid off your credit card debts. One of the worst behaviors that can keep you broke is carrying a credit card balance and paying interest. If you're having trouble paying off your balance each month, you might need to make a temporary plan until you can pay it off. It may be necessary for you to limit your spending to the bare necessities until the card is paid off. However, you will save money because you will no longer be paying interest. 8. You haven't devised a financial strategy. While you may feel that a financial plan and a budget are interchangeable, they are not. Not having a financial plan is one of the habits that may be keeping you broke. A budget is focused on the following month or quarter, but a financial plan is focused on the next decade. Your financial plan should act as a roadmap for accomplishing your financial goals. It should include information on how your investments are expected to perform over time and how you intend to save money. 9. You're not sure how to talk about money. Unfortunately, many of us are apprehensive about discussing money and finances. Because it is a negative mindset, this behavior may keep you poor. The majority of us did not grow up in a household where financial literacy was valued. You undoubtedly recall studying about cellular structure and the variations between plant and animal cells. Compounding interest and debt amortization, however, were not included. This has resulted in a lack of confidence when it comes to discussing money and finances. But, if you're terrified of money, how will you reach your financial goals? 10. As your income rises, you should spend more. When you have the opportunity, it's never a bad idea to improve your standard of living. If, on the other hand, you are continually looking for new ways to spend your money, you may soon find yourself in a terrible situation. It would be difficult to save money if you continued to increase your spending in tandem with any growth in your income, or even without it. Maintain a consistent level of spending while looking for ways to raise your income. That's how you go to the top. Your bonus point, 11, you believe it is too soon to begin saving. It's easy to get carried away by the myriad joys that money may purchase when you're young. People frequently believe that it is too early to begin saving or investing. Wrong. No matter how low or great your income is, it's never too early to start saving a portion of it. Thank you, wealth creators. Be sure to subscribe. If you loved this video, give us a thumbs up and let us know the topic you want us to cover in our next video.